Yeah, let's dive into things now, guys. Todd Monken is going to talk at noon, his introductory press conference. Before we dive into all the Darius Garland for James Harden rumors, and we'll get to that in about 5 minutes, real quick, just want to hear from you guys. What is one thing you are dying to hear Todd Monken address today at his introductory press conference?
I mean, the only thing that's interesting about the press conference is when he gets asked about Jim Schwartz and that situation. We had a very feisty debate in our group chat.
It's my fault. I should.
Last night, Tyvis lit the fuse, and it was 3 against 1. It was Earl, Tyvis, and Jason against me on the Jim Schwartz conversation.
G. Bush never looked.
G. Bush didn't even know what was going on
at all. Dustin was mad. He had 72 text messages.
By the way, Dustin told me this morning he agrees with me. But we'll talk about it more. But we're going to talk about it more on Thursday because
we want Jason to be in here.
Jason will be in the conversation too, because he agrees with you, Tyvis. But anyway, that to me is the most interesting thing because I'm fascinated to hear what Todd Monken has because he's going to be. And like, what else do you need to know? I mean, yeah, they're going to ask him. Is Shedeur the starting quarterback? But he's not going to commit to a starting quarterback most likely. Shouldn't. Although if he did, that would be certainly worthy of note, but I can't imagine he's going to do that.
I just think it's going to be it's going to be nice to see a difference because you go from Kevin, who doesn't say much, to a guy that'll tell you everything.
I hope he tells us everything.
I mean, everybody that came on this show, he's a straight shooter. He's an honest guy. He tell it like it is.
Let's hope that's the case.
Don't back up now when the media
I will appreciate that very much. I was sick to the Kevin Stefanski press conferences. I am looking forward to, as you say, a guy who's going to maybe actually answer the question.
You didn't like we need to play better?
No, I was sick of it. Every time it pissed me off. So I'm excited about a guy. If he's going to be straightforward, that's okay by me. I like that.
Yeah, I want to throw his wrist up, walk off.
I want to see, I really want to see him. I like it being open. I think that we need to go back to an era where you can use the media to your advantage, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes it is better for people to motivate your players through the media. Like, a lot of times the guys up there think, oh, I can't call this player out, or I can't say we played offensively bad, or
why not?
I can't. I'm like, come on, bro. What are you like? Come on, we need that. We need that type of energy. And hopefully, to me, I said this the other day. This is according to Jim Schwartz. I get that the defensive players, they like Jim Schwartz, and Jim Schwartz did a good job here. But at the end of the day, Jim Schwartz gonna have to fall in line too, bro. Everybody, like if sometimes you uncomfortable. Sometimes you.
I mean, if he stays in the job, he's gonna have to fall in line. But he doesn't have to stay in the job.
You gotta fall in line.
I agree with that.
You gotta be. You can't. Everybody can't be comfortable, man.
That's right.
Somebody. Sometimes, especially the defensive guys, I get it. They might want. It's a familiar face. It's a familiar situation. But they got to mess around and be like, listen, it's a new dude in charge. If Jim Schwartz say, great. If Jim Schwartz don't, okay. We just got to get it done. And by the way, it's not that difficult for you to lock half of the field down. Denzel Ward, that's your job. Myles Garrett, I think you can rush your passer anywhere in the field, right? That's what I want. That's what I'm looking for.
But in terms of the press conference,
it sounds like you singing Beyonce.
What's that?
Everything he owned to the box to the left, huh?
Nah.
Just don't sing any Nicki Minaj, please.
Nicki's still the greatest female MC of all time. Although I don't know.
Lauryn Hill, stop. No.
Lauryn Hill every day.
Lauryn Hill, no.
What's the matter with you?
We're not even about to do this.
Yeah,
Two against one.
This is being clipped, so we're not going to even get off
All right,
topic.
here we go. There you go. All right, go ahead.
Shout out to Earl.
Right.
Yeah. No, I think that obviously we want to hear about the Jim Schwartz thing, but I also would like to know, what's the plan? When he looked at this team and he went back and saw some film of the offense and he went up against it last year, what were some things that stuck out? What's some things that you look to change? I think that I'm with G on some of the media stuff because you do need to throw some pressure on some of these players.
Right. But is that something you do in the introductory press?
No.
I agree with you.
Not on the
get to the season, I 100% agree.
I'm talking about moving forward. Because,
I agree.
Because it would be so to put a player like I don't want to put him on blast, but like you want to highlight, yes, we need this guy to step up. We want that to happen because now from a media standpoint, so when people go watch practice, they're gonna go watch that guy. and it puts pressure on that guy to perform when the cameras is watching. Well, guess what Sundays is? It's millions of people's watching. I need to know if you can get the job done.
Right.
So put the pressure on him now. Let him see if he can handle it or not. Because if everybody's talking about it and writers is writing about, I don't know, give me a name. Martin Emerson. Let's say Martin Emerson is back. And they say, we need Martin Emerson to step up this year and be opposite of Denzel to slide somebody down in the nickel because we got 3 good corners.
Yeah.
Well, we all are going to go watch practice and we're going to be watching Martin Emerson. And he knows that we know because it's there. So now he's got to perform every single day. And if he don't, well, then he wasn't the guy to be that anyways, and everybody knows he's not the guy. So I don't have a problem with it.
I like what I want him to say. People say, hey, Martin Emerson, hey, listen, Martin, has played some good football, but we like so-and-so and so-and-so.
Yeah.
I like.
Yes, put the pressure on it.
I like them 2 other young boys that we've been seeing. So we got a nice competition going in that room. I feel Martin, whoever we put out there, is going to get the job done. Now, Martin Emerson got to get on his horse now.
He do.
Yeah.
He got to get on his horse. You know what it is? Yeah. 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 You got to get on your horse now, dog.
Winning the press conference doesn't mean anything. We all know that. But you know what I would love to hear today, which we've never heard from a Browns coach.
That was the question. What do you want to hear?
Yes.
Yourself?
What would be fun to hear
Right.
is we've heard a lot of people come into this building and say, well, I don't care about the past. We're different here. I've heard them say, yeah, we're going to win. Don't ask me for playoff tickets. All that.
Yeah.
I don't want to. Don't tell me you're going to win. Tell me how you're going to win.
Okay.
Don't just give me this fluffy. Don't tell me the past. You know what? I would love him to come and say, and I know he's not going to say it to this extreme, but basically like, this organization's been a freaking joke, and I'm ending that. Not talking about wins and losses. We are going to have a tough attitude. We are going to push each other. You know what I mean? Like, give me some of the details. Again, does it matter? Does it mean it's going to work? No. Don't just say we're going to win or the past doesn't matter. The past does matter. It informs everything, even if you weren't the coach. There's a lot of players here who are used to losing. You have to change the culture. Mm-hmm. You have, and if they're not going to, if you're not going to, infuse a new quarterback, well, then you got to change the culture another way.
Yes.
And that's got to be led by the coach, at least for now. And so I want to know because this is a hard ship to turn around. When you've been a losing franchise for a long time, it's hard to turn it around, especially to turn it around in a sustained way. Mm-hmm. And so I'd love to hear that. Again, if we do and he nails it, okay, it doesn't mean he's going to.
He wouldn't nail it.
But I would love to hear, not promises of wins, but promises of hard work.
He would nail the press conference by, if he drops the words, change the culture, and give X, Y, and Z reason why, he can walk off. And I need
a couple of curses in this press conference.
They say he's a friend of.
Let's go.
He loves to use the F-bomb.
Yeah.
When did you? All right. So when Urban Meyer was there, when was you drafted? Not drafted, but recruited by him specifically?
No.
Tressel, right?
So it was Tressel, right?
Correct.
So, all right.
He honored my commitment.
Okay.
Yeah, so I got recruited by Jim Tressel. Jim gave me my offer. I committed to Jim Tressel. Jim resigned. I committed to him on the phone, not publicly, but privately to Jim. Jim resigned. I committed to Luke Fickell. Luke Fickell didn't get the job. Urban did.
Got you. Because
Urban honored.
Was there.
Correct. Urban could have said, we don't want you no more, but he honored the commitment.
So so there were some guys you played with that was under Tressel, obviously. And they
yes.
came in.
Oh man.
And what did Urban Meyer do in terms of coming in and being like, hey, here's what we're doing
now.
How did it go down in them workouts?
Was not easy at all, because you got a group of guys that played the year before, years prior to Urban getting there, and they were used to the Tress way, and they were successful the Tress way. Obviously, Fickell's season didn't go well, so when Urban came in and just totally changed it, Urban looked at Ohio State like, how did y'all win like this? Like, what are y'all doing? Y'all not practicing hard? How are y'all winning? And people would be like, we just have better players. And he was like, no. We gonna work around here. And players was not trying to do that. Because in their mind, it was like, we've been successful before you. Why do we need to listen to what you have to say?
It's a little bit of shot at Tressel.
Yeah, a little bit. But anyways, we was like, so when he came in and changed everything, it was a bunch of pushback where players just was like, I don't know who this dude think he is. We don't do that, blah, blah, blah. It literally went up until when we played 2012, when we played Michigan State. That was the game where everything kind of changed, where people just started to quote unquote buy in. Because before that, I think we played Miami of Ohio. I think we struggled. I think we played Cal. It was a struggle. It was like a bunch of games that led up to we shouldn't even been in these games, but yet here we are. And Michigan State, they went to East Lansing, won the game, and it was like, all right, we just gonna buy into it. And that kind of changed everything, and everybody started to trust the coaching staff and all of what Urban was doing. And so it took a while. It bled into the season.